Welcome to Soma. Sophie and Marianne invite you to join us in a conversation about topics interesting us and hopefully interesting you as well. Looking forward to a conversation with you all. So, are we ready?
Oh, we're ready. Yes, we are.
Okay, deep breath. Hello, Sophie.
Hi, Marianne. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm okay. What's going on your end of the world?
Yes. Um, well, I'm getting, you know, Christmas is a very interesting time of the year because it might be a very stressful moment when you want everything to be perfect, your dinner perfect, the people that you have to invite, having all the gifts and everything. But over the years, I really make my best to see Christmas as a moment of connection. And one of the things that helped me to feel connected with the people who are going to be under my roof is making gift myself and baking cookies, which we're not supposed to eat too much cookies, but I think that Christmas is an exception. And I am in the process to make to create something for friends, and I can show you. So it's look like, guys, a japamala. So japamala is like a necklace with beads, and there is a knot between each bead. So you can use it when you do your meditation. But this one is not really meant for be a japamala or a meditation necklace. It's meant just to be a necklace, and so I have at the end a bead, and I didn't finish it because now I want to make the tassel. So for those of you who are listening to us, the bead they're in the different color of blue, and the knots is with a thread of it's blue. So I like making those present myself because when I create them, I think of the person, and it's exciting.
That's very
What
nice.
about you?
So you can
I'm
send me a picture and I put it in the show notes. So that
Yes,
would be
I'm
great.
sure. I'm sure that Marianne, you are also creating your own gift.
Well,
No?
so since we're talking about Christmas, I'm like probably it's a Christmas cringe. I don't really celebrate Christmas,
Mhm.
so I'm more I think about the solstice and we do get together as a family, but I look at it more as a secular holiday. And of course I grew up with Christmas and it was a very magical time in Germany, where people decorate and it's like candlelight and so forth and so forth. And that was part of my childhood, and also Christ, they're called Weihnachtsmarkt in German, so also Christmas markets, which really bring community together and all of that. After moving to California, I tried to create some like that for my children. And I have to say, by this point, I already was questioning Christianity and all of that, and really, um, from my studies, Christmas really was creating a holiday to replace a solstice, which was widely celebrated. And fundamental Christians actually do not celebrate Christmas in December because, if you go by the biblical timing where Jesus was born, it would be more in the spring or even later than that. So there's all of that, right? I also I was really turned off by also commercialism and how people feel obligated to buy things and go into debt beyond paying off their last Christmas until August. And so for me, that whole idea is that you pretend to be richer than you are, so to speak, or feels the obligations that you have to spend X amount of dollars on a gift was really off-putting to me. But then, like you, when we were children, we would make all of our gifts. And that was part of the magic of getting together. And I actually remember I grew up in a house, there were 3 levels, so there were 3 different parties living there. And we had a basement, above ground basement, and one of them was like our arts and crafts room. And there was a wood stove in there, and people from the different families would come together and we would craft together. And those things are very magical, right? We also had uh, a little kitchen and store which only appeared during the Christmas time, which in Germany there was Advent, where you have, Advent, whatever you wreath, I guess you call it, right? And so you light a candle every Sunday before, and then Christmas would be like the opening of a room where there is a tree and it's decorated and it's like so amazing. So it's not sitting in your house for for a whole month. Yeah, just a different tradition, right? And during that time, we would have a little store and a little kitchen, and there were actually marzipan potatoes in there, for example, and other things. But when I was a kid, we didn't have sweets all the time. It was like a big deal to have chocolate where you could
Mhm.
eat whatever is in the store, and we would play shopping and do all of that. So I tried to recreate it with my kids. And when I raised my children, they also had very little sugar and very little candy of any sort. And my daughter encouraged me, oh, I should do it for my grandkids. And I was thinking, but they have treats all the time, so it just wouldn't be the same special thing. Um, well, that's one. Plus, I don't have space. So
Mm.
I don't even feel
Well,
like decorating.
yeah, I hear you, and I can really relate to what you said because I lived also in Germany a few years
Mhm.
before coming to the United States, and it's where I discover a lot of spirit regarding around Christmas. Now, I fully agree with you that there is a mix-up between the religion Christmas
Mhm.
and the celebration. And it's true also. You just have to study a little bit. But at the origin, Christmas or the celebration of Christmas was, as you mentioned, it was not tied to religion at all.
Right, right.
So, in the spirit of coming together at a moment
Mhm.
in the year, it's a way I live Christmas. I'm not really religious. Well, I'm not at all religious. I like Christmas because that's the time of the year that my children they like to come home.
Mhm.
And in Germany, I discovered also that people they were baking and they were baking cookies and this weird is that a strudel?
Yeah, it's a
How is it
Coach
called?
Dolan.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. I had a
Don't
friend.
say it's weird.
No, no, no. But I remember my friend making it,
Mhm.
and it took her 3 weeks.
Yes, it's a very rich dough and it's very rich. And I used to
Yeah,
hate it when I was a kid. I hated it because it
yeah.
has
Well,
like
okay.
raisins and
Yeah,
candies
there is a
like
lot of
lemon peel
things,
and yeah,
and it's very sweet, you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Uh, but what I remember in my time in Germany is how people they were really coming together. I remember that time my older son was in preschool,
Hmm.
and I went to the preschool one entire afternoon, and I was crafting with other mothers, and we were crafting just to decorate the place.
Yeah,
And I had a great time. Time to go together, time to do something together. And I think for me, Christmas is that moment when we come together.
right, right.
So
And
so
I
Yeah.
totally agree with you because when we were kids, we would like make little straw stars and things out of there was a lot of crafting and homemade decorating involved in it. And by the way, I hate all those plastic blow up
Oh,
Christmas
me too.
decorations which go up everywhere. Very
Ah,
judgmental, I'm sorry, but it just really is like, oh, for me. I'm sure people love it, otherwise they wouldn't put it in their front yard.
yeah, of
But
course. Well,
what you're saying is about the getting together. I absolutely agree with you. And I enjoy the day as something where we usually get together as a family. But I also want to share some. So you were talking about the cookies, and in our family, we always had at least 50 different kind of cookies. And there was a lot of baking going on. And as kids, sometimes we got to help and it was fantastic. And then in again, now we're talking about German tradition. They have 3 holidays for Christmas. So, we would, and one of the holidays, it was traditional to have goose, and our aunts would come, and so we all loved it, right? But when my mother was older, she shared that she hated Christmas because it was so much work and it was so stressful,
um,
and there were so many expectations on her. So even so, as children, we loved it because of course 50 kinds of cookies, right?
yeah,
Who
yeah.
wouldn't, right?
That you have one time in a year because if usually you don't bake as much during the year,
Yeah.
so
Well,
it's
and
special.
part of my being a real cringe too is that I'm really avoiding sugar as much as possible, period. I'm just very paranoid about diabetes since it runs in my family. So I do not have any cookies in the house. I am not baking. I am not partaking in, cookie exchanges or stuff people are doing just because I don't want to have the temptation around me. It's
Yeah, well, that I
easier
can understand.
stay away from stuff if you don't have it,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah,
that's one thing too. Plus it just feels well, we have talked about it, that life has been a little bit stressful and baking just feels like it would be another stress level. So
yeah.
yeah,
Well, I think that I would address myself more for people who have younger children or
yeah.
for you with your grandkids, you know, thinking of this moment in time, and even if you don't like to bake, but if you have them and then you create some decoration. I remember when my children they were young, one one day, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Sorry. I created advanced calendar.
Hmm.
So I with just ribbon,
Hmm.
I create 25 days on the windows
Hmm.
in the kitchen. And then every day I was bring some paper, and every day one of my child would create a star or a little decoration, and we would glue it.
Hmm.
And I did that 1 year just to have fun, to help them to wait for the day instead of buying the thing ready with a little chocolate in it.
Hmm.
And they loved it. And so the next year I said, okay, so work to decorate the house. And both of them say, Mom, we want the calendar when we create the decoration. And so every day they were making one and they were gluing one. And I loved this moment of connection with my children, just creating something, you
That's a
know?
very beautiful tradition and very different from what most advent calendars are because most of them you consume something. So
Yeah.
making them is fun, which kind of is a lot of people buy yarn advent calendars. So you buy them very early and it's usually from like indie dyers, small businesses, and they pack up like 24 or some to 12. It depends what they're advertising, of like small amounts of yarn, maybe like 20 grams. And usually they have like a color theme that it's like gradients, that every day it's a little bit different, but it works together. And so a lot of people are knitting advent things.
Okay, so
like a shot,
every day they open a little window,
right?
they take the yarn and they knit.
Right.
Well, they have to be quick because the next day they have to knit something else.
Well, a lot of people are pretty quick. And there are a lot of patterns out there. Like I'm knitting on an advent sock where you just use scraps what you have, and every day a new part of the pattern comes out, and you maybe knit 6 rows or something. So it's very
Mm.
manageable, but it's like, this thing. So and now I have heard there's so many different advents out there. One lady said she got a whiskey one, and
Oh, yes.
and tea, and who knows what,
Yeah.
again, very commercialized, right? So
Well, and that's how we can cultivate the spirit of coming together once a year and creating something together. For example, one of my son, I create some balm for the hands. So since I took the class on herbs, and it's one with calendula, and it's very it repair very well the skin, and you know that because you make your own too. So my son said, "Oh, mom, I would like you to make again the balm for my hand." I was, you know what? It's coming for Christmas, so we have to take 1 hour and we have to make it together.
mhm.
I can make it for him. It's not the idea. It's not the problem. The thing that, yeah, we can do something fun. We can do something fun together. Be
It's fun
together.
together, and it's also a learning experience. So when I look back again at my childhood, we did learn a lot about cooking and baking and mass and whatever by helping, right? By being together in the kitchen. So definitely those are like very positive memories of my childhood. But so we have been talking about this Germany thing. How is Christmas celebrated in France? What's going on there?
Yeah, in France, it's less. I think it's less together than and it's well anyway in my house it was more religious.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember that for Christmas, my parents having a tree and we were decorating the tree together, and we were getting the um, I don't remember the name. The oh,
Just describe it.
when you put all together with Jesus and Mary and
Oh,
Joseph,
oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's so in German it's a Krippe, a nativity.
the Nativity.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, sorry. Wow. Anyway, and so
We're great podcasters. No words. Sorry, people.
yeah, not religious at all, guys. I remember to over the years we have those little figurine,
Hmm.
and they were losing the color. So I remember several times over the years that we had to take each one and paint them.
Hmm.
What we were doing with my mom, we were creating. We were crafting.
Hmm.
So we were crafting decoration for the tree. We were crafting decoration for the house. We made a lot of things ourselves. So over the years, when you have a paper garland, so it breaks. So every over a few years, you have to make them. So for me, it was what I remember. I remember that the day before Christmas, we went to church and we had the meal together. And on the day of Christmas, we were spending always in the family of my mother. Well, for me, it was a blast because I had all my cousins who were my age and no parents looking at on the shoulder what we had to eat, so we could eat whatever we wanted or not eat at all. And we were playing and we had a present. Of course, we had present, and so we were showing each other our present. So for me, it was a great memory of coming together.
Hmm.
Um, Less of a tradition also that I took and I learned from in my time in Germany was the four candle
Hmm.
that you lit one candle.
That's the Advent
to
time before
the
before
Advent
Christmas,
time.
the Sundays, yeah, 4 Sundays before.
Yes, so we didn't have that in France. We didn't have that. We didn't have so much as creativity again in my family. So
Hmm.
I can take talk for other people in France. I don't remember people decorating outside at all. More now, but when I was a child,
Yeah,
not
we
at all.
didn't do outside at all. You had
Yeah,
like in the window, you put like stars, like the stars or whatever
yeah,
in the window,
yeah.
but not outside.
So it was more simple,
Hmm.
definitely more religious in my house.
Oh, actually, I
Um,
take it back. The city would decorate, in
true,
yeah, but not
true.
individual people.
No,
Yeah.
yes. Same in France. So we like to go in the city because we could see the light.
Hmm.
But we didn't have, like in the United States, they have a day where the city is lighting the official Christmas tree.
Hmm.
So we didn't have that in France. Yeah, we didn't.
We had like the opening of the Christmas market. And I remember it said there would be like a lot of kids. We would like gather and we all had like candles in our hands, like live candles in paper lanterns.
Yeah, like,
And then you march
wow.
through town and there would be like a little stage in the city marketplace, right? And we would sing Christmas songs. And then the mayor would be up on the balcony and open the Christmas market. So yeah, we definitely had that. But
Yes.
yeah, definitely very different. Also little kids running around with
Yeah.
candles.
And I remember when I was in Germany that I created this little lantern with my son,
Mhm.
and so we went, and I was thinking, well, my son is 4 years old, and I was just afraid that he would drop the candle, you
Right,
know.
right, right. Which both of us live in warm climates with a fire. Well, I don't know how Florida has fire danger, but California definitely has a lot of fire
Yeah,
danger.
definitely.
Yeah, so there it
Yeah.
would be snow, and so it's not like, and the houses
No,
are all
true,
made out of
true.
stone, so it's not the same danger factor. Besides, you get hot wax on your fingers.
Yeah, yeah. I remember one of my friend was really traditional in a way of celebrating Christmas, and she had a real tree that she was putting in her kitchen, and on the 24th of Christmas, she was no, listen me well. You know that probably she was lighting up real candle
Oh, we had
on
real
the
candles
Christmas
all the
tree.
time. Yeah, but you
I
know
mean, it's
what?
beautiful. If one day you have the opportunity to see it, I mean, it's magic. It's magic.
And
It's just that if you live in California,
maybe not a good
not so
idea.
great. Yeah.
Yeah, but the lighting of the Christmas tree, it wasn't like you had lights on all the time, right? You don't have live candles going and just not pay attention. Like we would light it and you come in and everybody looks at the tree and then we sing Christmas songs. And then when it's time to do gifts or whatever, maybe it's still on, but there were always a bucket of water and a big wooden spoon with a wet washcloths over it so you could, take out any kind of fire. I mean, it was definitely very intentional. And then the minute you were not paying full attention, I'm sorry, paying full attention to the tree anymore, then the candles are being snuffed out.
Yes. Yes.
So I
Yes.
think, when people are matching, you just have little live candles
Yeah.
going all day
Yeah.
long. No,
Yeah.
it's,
And my friend told me that the candle she was lighting, it was maybe it lasted 2 hours.
yeah, they're short.
So they're
Yeah.
very short. So which bring, because you said the word intentional,
Hmm.
which bring me into the difference between intention and the way that there is a lot of commercial pressure
Hmm.
around Christmas, is that we can choose to be intentional or not. I'm not looking to buy thousands of Christmas presents.
Hmm.
I'm looking to spend time together. Yes, I buy some Christmas present for my children. Uh, I make some of the present also, not all. And then it's a choice. Then I think of the meal I'm going to do on the day of Christmas. And again, I want to spend time as much with my family. I don't want to spend all my time in the kitchen
Mhm.
because then everyone else has fun, but not me. Uh, Duh. So everyone is participating. One is going to set the table, another one is going to help me in the kitchen. And when everything is ready, then we start the meal.
Mhm.
So the only thing that one of us has to do is go in the kitchen, take bring up the food. Uh, and I choose my meal carefully, being sure that I don't have, last minute um, preparation.
Mhm.
I remember my mom, she was really intentional, and yet she was putting a lot of burden in her shoulder. She was preparing individual little plate, for appetizer. So we were with my mom and one of my aunt and me and maybe one of my cousin and putting all together. Everyone else had fun and we were in the kitchen doing stuff. And then I don't want that. I don't
Yeah,
want that.
yeah. I feel I have let go of those kind of traditions too, because a lot of the traditional food is very labor intensive and require like the goose I was talking about, right? It would be with closer, which is like a potato dumpling, which had to be done right there, and the goose has to be hot, and it's high stress situation. So I do like well, our family, we are like 14 people coming together. So everybody brings something, and then
Mm. Well, in the spirit of Thanksgiving.
yeah, well, pretty much, because otherwise it just becomes like too much, especially since just a few of us have houses suited to set amount of people coming over.
Yeah, yeah. So this year are all your children coming to your house or you go to
Oh
one of your
no,
children?
I have the smallest house. I used to have also parties in the olden days when they were all living in apartments, and I have a
Mm.
big yard. So we had a lot of the parties here and outside, but now they have their own homes with outside. So it's usually either my son, my daughter, or my ex-husband is hosting because
Okay.
they have
Yeah.
the better locations.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we
And
just all
I
bring
agree.
stuff. Yeah.
It's important to have a nice place. Since my parents, they had a big room. The big room was my dad's office. So it was kind of a little nightmare for my dad because 2 days before Christmas, he had to push all the furniture on the side so we
Mhm.
can have big table. So it was stressful for my dad. Uh, but it was often in our house because we had this big room that could
Right.
host 30 to 40
So
people.
I
Yeah.
actually, I actually know somebody who ended up selling the house to, I guess, to the oldest son or something, because they were really tired of having all the family gatherings because their house was the biggest. So they
Yeah.
decided to downsize.
Oh, this year I will have to repaint my house, so I cannot host Christmas.
I know, it's
But
pretty
and
funny.
that's the point. That's the point is that losing the spirit of coming together
Right.
under the pressure to be perfect, to have a lot of expectation,
Yeah.
we can redefine Christmas the way that we enjoy the time together without pressure on someone to be perfect. The number of women I heard say so, well, but for all those big gathering, I'm so stressed.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Hmm.
We should not be stressed. We should really
And
enjoy the company.
I think
And
this is you and I have talked a lot about of letting go of societal expectations and figuring out what is it we really want to do and what serves us, you know. Like
yeah,
I said about suppressants or we have decided only the little kids get gifts. And then if other relatives are coming to town, we have done like a white elephant thing where you bring one
Mhm.
gift and it's all about playing games and having fun.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah,
And I there's a tradition in the family of one of my friends. She say that they put a name of each member of the family in a little box,
yeah,
and everyone pull one name.
right.
So that means that for that Christmas,
Yeah,
you
one
are
person.
responsible for only one present.
Yeah.
Is that not cool? I
Uh,
mean, really,
yeah.
since making a present for everyone. So
Yeah.
so make it simple because it's come back to the spirit of being together, connection, community, love.
Yeah, and the solstice really is about celebrating. So that's when the days are starting to get longer again.
Absolutely.
And I'm
Yeah.
telling you right now, it's like 4:30 or so it seems when it starts getting dark. Definitely 5. It's dark.
Yeah.
And when it's like 6:30, I usually feel like it's midnight.
Me, me too. Yesterday I was teaching in a class and the class start at 5.
Mhm.
I was so focused on, moving one pose after the other that I didn't notice that it was starting to get dark outside. And particularly because we were practicing some breathing exercise with the eyes closed. And I opened the eyes, and, wow, it's pitch dark outside.
Mhm.
And you feel like, okay, I just want to go home.
Yeah, yeah, it's for me too. It's I my body still hasn't figured out the time change things. I just really hope that someday we pick one time and just stick with it and don't do this
Oh my
back and
God,
forth,
yeah.
back and
Yeah,
forth. It's just
yeah, so true.
yeah.
Well, it's a little out of topic, but I remember a few years ago in California, we voted to say that we didn't want to change time again.
Well, we voted said we would allow the state
Okay.
legislator to choose to
Yes.
stop it, right? But they haven't stopped it yet for whatever reason. I don't know why. I mean,
Yeah,
just
because
pick one
it,
and stick with it. And
yeah,
even
because
if it's
it,
like the I mean, ideally, I personally would prefer the summertime to have more
yeah,
daylight
most of
hours.
people prefer summer.
But
Yes.
I guess children going to school in the morning have been, hurt when it's still dark out because people
Mm.
drive like crazy. And so, and I'm
What,
fine, either one.
so when it's dark out, people have a tendency to drive faster.
But I don't know about faster, but it's harder to see pedestrians.
Oh, yes, yes,
So
yes. Yeah, that makes sense
So
completely.
I think it was Florida said they left it. It's a summer
Oh,
time,
we still
and
change
like
time.
the first years they did it, like a whole bunch of kids got hit by cars, and so then they changed it again. So you can quote me on the statistics, and oh, what a cheerful Christmas topic, but
Yeah.
but
Let's
yeah,
change. Time change.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
anyway, so time is
anyway,
getting longer soon
yeah, and so
again.
that's something to celebrate,
Yes,
right?
yes,
To have a big bonfire and dance around and
yeah,
yeah,
all of
yeah,
that.
let's celebrate. Yeah. So
Burns that Christmas tree.
yeah. Are you going to knit for someone in your family this year for
Oh, I
Christmas?
always do. So I don't
Yeah.
like my daughter-in-law. See, I only knit if people want something. So
Mhm.
my grandson asked me for gloves, so I will do those. And then my daughter-in-law asked me for something, and
Okay. So
otherwise, I
you
have like
keep
little
them
gifts.
for
Huh?
you keep them for Christmas?
Yeah, I will give
Those
it.
gloves and
Yeah, when we get together. Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
But
good.
like we are not set, or maybe I'm not set on. I For the kids I feel they have a certain obligation, but often I even like to give them stuff at a different time because
Hmm.
if they get 10 gifts it becomes just like open, 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 and
Yeah.
yeah. So
Hmm. True. True.
yeah.
Merry Christmas, guys. Yeah, make Christmas yours. You know,
Yeah.
good. I think it's maybe if we want to finish this conversation about Christmas, is that yes, make Christmas yours. Maybe it's a celebration to be together. Maybe it's a religious event. For example, in my family-in-law, they were really religious,
Hmm.
and they never had exchange of present. They never had a Christmas tree,
Hmm.
and that's the way my husband grew up.
Hmm.
It was fine with him. Well, when I am all into, yeah, let's get together. And so over the years, he's enjoying company.
Right.
But make it yours. Make it
Yeah.
yours the way and in a mindful way. So it's very a good time.
Yeah.
Not a time under pressure. What society and big company are putting on our shoulder doesn't belong to us.
No, it really doesn't. And this is off topic again, too, but I'm listening to a book right now. It's called Worn, WORN, and it's about the history of fiber and often very hard to listen to because there's just so much terrible things which have happened due to the clothing industry and not just now, like way, way back, right? But one of the points I was just listening to is how our need to be dressed a certain way was absolutely created by the advertising industry. And the whole idea about how much you have to give for Christmas, blah, 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 what your house needs to look like, all of those things are also created by the advertising industry. And there is some people love to decorate, and
Mm.
also power to you. If that is what you love to do and it gives you joy, go for it. And other people love to give gifts, and all year long they collect stuff. Speaking of that, I'm on a little online group, and one of the ladies said she has created her own advent calendar by having like little like sacks with or like bags, little bags with numbers on it. And all during the year, she puts little things in them. So by the time December comes around, she doesn't remember what she all put in. And so she opens her own gifts.
Oh, that's so cool. That's very cool.
I thought that
Yeah.
was kind of a fun way to do. But whatever it is, whatever gives you joy, and also in a lot of areas, it's getting cold now, and it's getting, we already talked about being dark and all of that. So doing the celebration gives you something to look forward to, and
Yeah.
to,
Well,
yeah.
so true. Um, where my dad live, it's cold and rainy during the winter. We used to have snow, but many years now we don't have snow anymore. Anyway, he said that the one of the worst months to live for him was November.
Hmm.
Because it starts to be dark outside, it's very cold, it's raining. Sometimes the sun, they don't see the sun for several days. But he always say that when it's in November, I'm looking for December.
Hmm.
Because in December, there is light in the street and it's less sad.
Yeah, there you go. So that's an excellent reason to look forward to it. Yeah. Yeah. So that's a good way to say look forward to that. And if you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. If you celebrate the solstice, Happy Solstice, Happy New Year, Happy Life, Happy Everything.
Happy everything.
Take care until next time.
Bye.
Thank you so much for sharing your precious time with us. We love to have a conversation with you. We have a Patreon account, Explore Soma Podcast, and both of us are hopping in and out, and we are really trying to build communities there. If you want to join us, we would love it. And of course, you can support us there, but you can also be there and be part of the conversation. If there is no money in your pocket to spare, we totally get that. Believe us, we have been there. Thank you so much. Take care until we meet again.